Hello, we are here about to begin the Renaissance era after successfully eliminating Canada from the game. We're looking like we're going to attack Greece, and we'll see how it goes. They have higher science, so they get up one stronger unit that could really complicate things. But which unit could it be? We'll find out. Yeah, before we get into gameplay, let's go ahead and just take another look at notes. First goal of the Renaissance is, of course, exploration. Let's see what the rest of the world looks like and begin to plan for the late game. Greece and Indonesia, I kind of have my plan. I'm going to try to fight my way through Greece because then I think Indonesia will be really easy if after taking over Greece, just continue moving my army north. So that's my conquest goals. Rome, I can remove industrial zone and armory, wrapping those up. Science, still need to get my university, and still. Let's I'm so tired of talking about government plaza. Let's just do that. And then empire, the typical goals: getting up more science sources, settling some of the open land. Again, just preparing for barbarians, inevitably. Campus. I got a couple campus from Canada. I'm building some harbor. But really trade routes are the main thing, keeping my budget up so I can build units. So actually, I kind of need to rebuild and diversify my army a little bit. We're starting to shifting into the Renaissance. The mechanics there are going to change a little bit. So let me build units from Rome. I am trying to. Canada has those encampments, so luckily I'll have my empire's getting wide, so I'll be able to start producing units in multiple places at once more effectively. I'm not sure I have stables, so I need to check on that. I like Amsterdam has horses, and I have an industrial zone there, so it might be a good place to do that. So we'll see. Okay, it is turn 129, and we are entering the Renaissance era. Indonesia has a golden age, so that'll be a little tricky loyalty-wise if I get there. But I'm focusing on Greece, who has a dark age anyways, so that'll help. So my golden age compared to Greece's dark age should make loyalty a pushover. If I'm able to capture some cities. I say if because Gorgo's science is quite a bit ahead of mine and has been for a long time, so I'm anticipating having to potentially call off the attack, reassess at some point. We shall see. All right, my dedication, I have options. Everything except for Exodus of the Evangelical. The religious one is. I'm not really thinking too much about settling this game since I'm conquering, but the better naval speed would get my exploration done much quicker. But let's stock up on budget. I'm going to be upgrading stuff, and I only have 2 trade routes, but I have, I think, at least 2 lighthouses about to be done. So let's reform the coinage. And as I explore, that'll open up new, longer trade routes that should help even more. Let's find some additional capitals to scout out with trade routes if possible. Alright, so the main thing here is my men-at-arms and pikemen are healing up and making their way towards Greece from the lands formerly known as Canada. My empire's doing good, as I mentioned. I have some science in Samarkand and Amsterdam. Rotterdam and Johannesburg are doing... Well, Johannesburg just has a lake, but I'm doing the harbor there just for a trade route. Have entertainment complex going up in Nijmegen. I will be building a harbor in Antium. I will be building a campus here, and I'm saving this spot for a holy site next to Crater Lake, but that's lower priority for me right now. And so as I mentioned, land and resources I want to claim Just kind of gradually when I have. If I was doing a different victory condition, I'd probably be focusing more on settling and having fresh land to develop. But we're doing domination, baby. So let me, in the next few turns, my main focus is going to be getting my army over here, ready to go for an attack on Greece, and I'll be back to you when that's about to begin. We are back here on turn 134. It's been quiet, pretty much exactly what I described, except I forgot I had cartography and I was waiting until turn 1 of the Renaissance to just kick it off. Could have done a few turns earlier. I decided just to explore with my galleys before upgrading them, which is risky because they're more likely to get destroyed, but it's a lot of money. So I had one way down here in the south and east, who went straight east and has discovered a new continent and discovered a goody hut next to barbarians. So I have a scout coming this way, but I'll bring him north a little bit since I know there's strong barbarians there. I had one galley up here by Antium on this peninsula, and I kind of went north and east, so that way I'm trying to, if there's another continent, I'm trying to find, is there a way around it? Or is it blocked by ice caps? And then my last two galleys I took this way. Indonesia was like, are you just passing by? I'm like, yep. So one, I'm going to go straight west again to try to find out the fastest route around the world. And the others, I'm going to skirt the coast because I haven't discovered this bit of coast here. So, so that exploration piece is underway. I prioritized production in Rome so that I could get the armory up faster, to get the trigger faster for gunpowder, which just finished. I already changed my policy to 50% off gold and resource. So we are ready to, I don't have pike and shot yet, but we're about to have a whole lot of musketmen here. Very excited for this. Doing the Renaissance right. As well as, I'm starting to move my units more wholly. I can produce, if barbarians come up, and then I just need to build new stuff in Rome, and Rome has its industrial zone and such. Let's do that workshop first. And then I had said I was going to do government plaza, so we'll do workshop to speed things up the fastest, then government plaza, warlord's throne. If I need units, we'll do some units, but if my current army is holding it well, then we'll do university, right? Yeah. I didn't leave my shores completely unprotected. I left both my quadrimarines, and pretty soon here I'll be able to do square rigging and get some frigates. So good stuff. Let me go ahead and finish up this turn so that you can see more science on the way. Great. Let's go ahead and get those pike and shots and bombards up. Let's go ahead and probably declare war on Greece this very next turn. Luckily, everything's on my border, so she hasn't been able to say, are you planning something? Which would be quite rude to accuse me of such a thing. Because I had the governor in Rome, my trebuchets are starting off with the defending promotion, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Guitarja has a great lighthouse. I want to conquer that. Oh, I'm at Germany. So his capital is way out here, so there's definitely land there, and it's size 18. Woo, he's doing good. Yeah, his science is almost as good as Gorgo's, but his military strength is low. Oh, Gorga's military strength, she is beat up from whatever she's been doing. All right, so let's see here. Who is Gorga? Oh, Gorga's only met Guitarja. Guitarja likes me enough to do an embassy. Let's see if she wants to do a protectorate war with me. 6 gold a turn is better than 0 gold a turn. Nice, and I got the boost for nationalism, which I'm working towards. So let's, however, my great generals don't mean as much now. But yeah, we're just going to go right in. Athens does have a man-at-arms, but only a man-at-arms. I guess might as well attack this encampment, but in case walls goes up, I can do so much damage to it that it makes sense. Alright, I'll come back to you. This army's going to surround and try to take Athens, so I'll come back to you when Athens is about to go down. Alright, we are back with some updates. Ephesus, the Greek city that was losing loyalty, has now joined our civilization. So that's a great start to this era. A few other little updates. Domestically, I did start building. I have an encampment about to go up in Amsterdam, and I like putting it next to the horses if I'm going to build stables there, because synergy, that's just a stylistic choice. And then down in Ostia, next to the Bath and Niter, I'm putting up an industrial zone. So this is either going to become like an airport or a spaceport city, something like that. Maybe I'll build an encampment there to take the units away from Rome, so Rome can do like more fancy districts and stuff. We'll see. I met over in the eastern world across the ocean. I met the Aztec, and I believe that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've killed 2. Yep, that's 7 out of 8, me being the 8th. So I've now met everyone. So yeah, this other continent only has the 3 since my continent was so jam-packed. But I had said I would come back to you when I take Athens, and I took the encampment pretty easily. So let's see how much damage I can do with a bunch of musketmen all on the same turn. Wow, and that went down easy. Got some nice eurekas from it, and loyalty is absolutely no issue with the cities I control nearby. So Sparta is right there. I'm gonna... In fact, I have so many units. Hopefully I can get some of these more healthy units to the front lines. It's a little slow going through here, but luckily now that Ephesus is no longer rebelling with those musketmen, that makes it a lot easier, so that I can come around from the left and right onto Sparta. So Corinth has walls and a trebuchet, so I'm going to do my best to stay out of its range, although it looks like it might get some ranged hits, but I'm going to try to lean a little more to this open area to the right. So far, the Greek resistance has been, there is a musketman in Athens, man-at-arms in Athens. I see another man-at-arms and a trebuchet with half health, but 2 promotions. So I don't know what else. Yeah, Greece might not have a lot more. I'm seeing barbarians over here by Cahokia with a lot of coursers and now a musketman. Oh, they're right there, tucked up in this mountain. So hopefully barbarians coming from there can keep... I'm going to avoid Corinth and kind of use that as my own buffer from the barbarians. So it's turn 137. I'll come back to you when something's happening with Sparta, hopefully. We are back on turn 142, and we're about to make a push for Sparta, but we'll save the best for last. I found some natural wonders. Way up here on the other continent was Jakul, the big volcano. And then, where is the other one? I found something else that gave me arrow points. Down here, maybe? Oh, by Greece, actually. I had not found Halong Bay here. So, some arrow points. I got to reassign a trade route, and with that policy, I sent it to an Indonesian city, and I'm getting over 20 gold per turn from that. So right now, I know it's cut off a little bit from your view, but I have 1,255 gold, bringing in 143 per turn. Awesome. I did complete the first circumnavigation of the world, so looking at this map, yeah, I was on a large continent. I haven't uncovered all of the continent over on the right here, but Aztec, Dido, and Germany. There's a lot of open land up by Germany, so that's interesting. I discovered I did discover Cardiff, and through it only needed 4 Germany only had 4, so I threw in enough to become its suzerain and uncovered a lot of map here. So, and I don't need the electricity yet, but it's an industrial bonus. So I figured, yeah, I'll throw my envoys at it. Have something on the other continent. They have a good army, so I can kind of keep an eye on what Germany's doing over here. Back to the main event, though, is that my trebuchets quickly had good movement for. So the generals are both my generals, classical and medieval. Oh no, this one says medieval and Renaissance, but this one's getting outdated. But it's helping with the trebuchets, so I can upgrade. They just need to get in friendly territory, but they had already started attacking. I called most of my army without. Wasn't having any barbarian situations, so I really called most of my army here. And it looks like I have a knight. I don't think I've got the get a kill with a knight. I didn't get it. Oh well. But I just captured a capital, my 3rd capital. So I'm a little disappointed in Greece with what their science was. I now have the highest science, so taking over those couple things from Greece tipped the scales. So for all intents and purposes, the rest of the game is just optimization. I've pretty much done what I need to be all but assured of victory. Now it's just about playing smart to where it's turn 142. So let's say my goal is turn 242. Can I get the rest of the capitals in 100 turns? Right. So there's actually the hard part of this game, taking over the first civ when they have multiple cities and I have one. That's really the key turning point. But my conquest of Canada, now working on Greece, has gone like almost too well, or I'm like suspicious. But hey, that's kind of the point of doing doing this optimized run, is just to see how it plays out when you really make all the right choices. So it's turn 142. I'm gonna go after Knossos and Pergamon, and then turn back towards Corinth. So I may not. Yeah, depending how many updates there are, I might take one or both of these. But I definitely will let you see if I get to the point in the Renaissance where I'm finishing off Greece. We are back here on turn 147. Time is ticking along pretty quick here in the Renaissance. The military movement with all these rainforest and hills, it's been kind of slow moving, but still just going after what seems to be the worst defended first. But I got a bucket list. I caught a settler from Greece, and I'm actually sending it all the way down here. That's where I need to settle most, so that makes sense. I did some trade with the civs I found, so traded off some luxury resources for money and got open borders and stuff. My trade route to the capital of Aztec is so long, and it has a lot of districts, and because I'm in the golden era with reform the coinage, I'm getting 32 a turn from that. It's insane. In Rome, I finally built the warlord's throne, so I'm really excited for this next city to be captured, and get a big production boost. I'm one turn away from an industrialization, and I was looking. Ostia has this 10 with the policy 10 industrial zone and some flat land near rivers. So and tons of mine. I built up some mines there. So this is gonna be go for Ore Valley in Ostia. My policies, I got some good. My government, I got some good stuff. Extra science, and I have some with 4 adjacency bonus. Not quite the big cities, but that's still. Let's just pump up that science, and also +1 amenity to all cities with at least 2 specialty districts. So that is helping tremendously get my cities happy again. Which actually, let's take a quick look at city status. Yeah, they're mostly content. Winnipeg is displeased, but otherwise everyone's content. So that's a big change from when I took over Canada. Things were pretty grim as far as happiness went. My governor in Rome, the victor, did get neutralized by a spy, and I don't know who did it, but Greece maybe, who knows. And then way up on this peninsula city of Antium, I decided to build mausoleum at Halicarnassus. I have some industrial zones, and I'm currently leading towards Mimar Sinan, the great engineer. So yeah, I love getting an extra charge with my great engineers, and I'm building up industrial zones. So that seems like a good strategy. I should think about putting an industrial zone, trying to get Venetian arsenal. Oh, in Amsterdam, I forgot I started Terracotta Army because it's only 10 turns. The production's so good there. It was only 10 turns. So I'm 4 turns away from getting promotions with everything pretty late into the game, so hopefully no one takes it out from under me. And then finally I found 2 more wonders. Bermuda Triangle is out on the sea, and then on this coast was Great Barrier Reef. So going back to the full screen map, I've now uncovered the entire coast. Kind of between the continents over here, there's a little island, so that's interesting. That's like the only island I found. But yeah, the map is, and I have my scouts slowly starting to make headway on the interior of this other supercontinent. So lots of good stuff going on. But Knossos is actually losing loyalty. Again, Greece is in a dark age. But I did upgrade to bombards, and I got a couple crossbowmen there. So it does have, as anticipated, a cavalry. So yeah, so Gorgo did have a stronger unit, but yeah, I'm just waiting. The cavalry is making it so my melee units don't do very good damage. However, with the bombards and crossbowmen, I can just chip away at the health of the city there. So it might be as soon as next turn, but let me go ahead and do some micromanagement and come back when Knossos is about to fall. Actually, no, I think it. I don't. She could put up walls, but with the bombards and siege tower, I don't think it's going to be too much of a trouble. So I will actually try to wait until I'm about to take Pergamon, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, we are back here on turn 150, and things I felt like just this halfway through this turn have truly turn 150. The midpoint is tipped, and we are now in the second half of the game. It certainly feels like it for a couple of reasons. I did take Knossos, but the thing that really made me feel okay, it's the late game now, is there's Renaissance walls in Pergamon, and then Gorgo put a cuirassar there. So those two things just make that city much more technical to take, right, than just throw a bunch of warriors with battering rams. It's like, oh, we need strategy, or like definitely. I also just got nationalism. So between those two things, a couple things, definitely feels like late game. I got another great general, which means it's time to retire. Where's Oh my goodness, they're all piled on top. Let's go creative art of war and Nijmegen. It's time to retire you. I have some crossbowmen, but that's about it. So and they're gonna be field cannons pretty soon, anyways. The World Congress happened, and very, very good this time. I got, I guessed both right. 100% towards campus and minus 50% towards military units. So things are gonna get. Yeah, and I have a lot of campus. I'm sticking to that note, which actually let me look. So Greek exploration, I've done great with that. Greece, Indonesia. After that, stables. I am going to build in Amsterdam after I get Terracotta Army. Rome. I finally got the government plaza and warlord's throne, and I think I'm doing university now. Oh no, I finished the university, and am now doing intelligence agency, which will be done in 3 turns. Empire, science, I'm working on. Settling, I haven't really been doing, but barbarians haven't popped up, so I'm feeling cautiously okay. And then, trade routes have been amazing. With I'm up to 4 trade routes, and they're just bringing in so much gold from reform the coinage. So, Yeah, so doing great there. So as you can see, it's going to be a little slower. It is losing loyalty, but I want to take it faster and get that Warlord's Throne bonus. I could merge my Bombards, and they have promotions ready, but I'm kind of just waiting for them to take damage and saving those promotions to heal while my musketmen healing on my musketmen. Then I'll be moving into settle there, and then Katarsia's going to be very upset when I attack her eventually. I did build in the former Canada. I'm mostly doing culture and science. I got a campus. Don't have an art museum, so I started one of those. And building a WAT, which is faith and science. Building a dam in Ottawa. It has an encampment, so I'm going to focus more on production there. So good stuff. And then a lot of wonders in my old cities. Mausoleum, Terracotta Army, and I started Roar Valley. I ended up just dropping. I had well over 1,000 gold, so I just bought the factory in Ostia to start Roar Valley to speed that up. Because with Germany playing too, I wouldn't, you know. Oh! I have some. Wasn't paying close enough attention. Look, there's some coal I could go after. Do I have enough for a builder? Yeah, I don't even want to wait to build a builder. I just want coal because it looks like I'm already getting a bunch. Maybe there's some in Canada or underneath some improvements. Oh yeah, there is another one in Canada. So lots and lots of coal for them power plants. Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna work on Pergamum, and then you know what? I might just let Greece keep Corinth to keep fighting those barbarians rather than lose turns putting out that fire. My army's up here. I could just plow right into Indonesia. I think that's what I'll do. But I'll be back with an update. Hello. It is now turn 156. I did finish Terracotta Army and get a ton of promotions because I have so many units. It's awesome. So that was really great. With the between everything I've done in Rome and the World Congress, I'm pumping out musketmen in one turn to build some cores because those units have so many promotions. Like I'm just gonna, supplement them with the new ones. So let's see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've built 2. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then we'll queue up 2. Oh, I guess 2 turns. That one was only 1 turn based on something. I don't know. When I finished the intelligence agency, because I had Victor back in Rome, the very first promotion I got was if the spies in your home territory plus all spies operate at 1 better. So he's just guarding the Bath, which is adjacent to the industrial zone and city center. So the fact the governor's been taken out, hopefully that won't happen again. And then I had some envoys. So Germany's attacking it, but not doing a very good job. The geography's tricky, so I took control of Buenos Aires, which make bonus resources behave like luxury resources, providing 1 amenity per type, so that further helps my amenity situation. Greece did start mounting a counteroffensive with now that units have the World Congress bonus. I took down a field cannon already, but now there's a cuirassier that I might be able to take out with a knight. Nice, I got that military science. My 1 bombard's getting low health, but I think I can take it this turn. I did start attacking with all these guys. Yes. So there's more of that Warlord Throne production for another 5 turns or whatever, which I still haven't figured out how to check. The question is, No, I think let's go ahead and see if she wants peace for all. She's willing to cede everything, but not give me any money. She's like, that's where I draw the line. Okay, so yeah, she can try to take her old capital back, but good luck with that. I'll leave a crossbowman there just in case, because she can deal with these barbarians, and maybe I'll finish her off on the way back from Indonesia. So I got to heal up, but luckily I have some promotions. I used some of the promotions, but some of these units still have promotions coming up. As well as forming some cores. I have a crossbowman core and now a pike and shot core. Bombards, I want to build new ones because they have the same promotion set. But yeah, I'm going to heal up, and then Indonesia. Oh man, my science is between all my science buildings going up faster now with the World Congress and having just conquered Greece, which had good science, I now have 239 science a turn, and the next closest is Germany with 146 and Aztec with 140. So yeah, so things are at the okay. I'm going to win. That was never the question because I was have insider intel, but it's turn 156. It's turn 156. My boats I'm corralling back to for attacking Indonesia. They got a lot of stuff on the coast, so in order to siege them, I will need a strong navy. So bringing everything back home. For that, I will time it to have the 50% off gold because boats are expensive to upgrade. So I will plan to do that. I dropped a lot of gold on buying a factory and 2 builders to start working. I founded Lungdungum with the settler from Greece, and I'm putting up an industrial zone, and then hopefully I'll get some great engineers with the can build wonders better, so I can throw up Venetian arsenal and get any additional boats I need. 2 at a time, that'd be great. So yeah, I'm gonna heal up. I made peace with Greece, so I won that campus, but well. Her science is down with 1 city. Her science is down to 27 per turn. Oh, that city is out of Maneki though. That would boost my science a lot. But yeah, similarly to Canada and Greece, Indonesia's got these cities here without even walls up. So like, come on. I might do. Right now, I'm still trading with the other continent people. But I'm getting to the point where I feel like I don't even need that. Well, once this era ends, we have 13 turns left in this era, so her first city does already have walls anyway, ancient walls. So let me go ahead and denounce her, and then so turn 161, I'll declare war on her, and that's probably when I'll talk to you next. All right, I'm back as predicted on turn 161, and I have some sobering news. Barbarians. Oh. What? I wasn't expecting that. Barbarians had just spawned here, but now Indonesia snuck around over water and settled behind me on what I claim is my territory. But hey, if you're just gonna get destroyed by those barbarians, like that's fine with me. However, I had this crossbowman still down here, but my knight and my other crossbowman I'm withdrawing in that direction because all the units I'm now building in Rome, I do want to make all those cores. And I do have line infantry, but I need money for that. I'm at 660, which is a lot, but for upgrading units, it's not. Or, it's some, but not a ton. And so my navy here is going to need a lot of money to upgrade, even with a policy. I'm 1 turn away, so instead of declaring war on Indonesia this turn, I'll wait till next turn, throw up the policy, see how many line infantry I can get, because one of my bombards is still healing. But Amsterdam's about to have an armory, and then I'll probably reinforce my start doing some bombards there. The other thing, I'm still I have 8 turns, and I'm 6 points away from. I've been kind of doing the same stuff, just campus and units and stuff. So I've got a lot. I thought I got a lot of error points, but clearly, comparatively, not as much. So yeah, I'm a little worried about that. Let me go ahead and finish up this turn. I did have to put a governor now that I'm at peace with Greece. Oh, Corinth is losing loyalty, so maybe I'll eventually get that way. But yeah, Indonesia did kind of start moving units to their border. So again, I could have done surprise war, but my army's awesome. That's how confident in my army I am. A flood just happened, but I did build. Oh, it's a different river. I was gonna say I thought I had a dam, and I'm putting an industrial zone up in Nijmegen. Oh, anyways. Oh, Okay, I just got some error points there by assigning my last governor and getting a great person. So now I'm only 3 away, it looks like. Germany is looking like the biggest over here just because it's no. I feel like someone on our continent should have been like up here, but well, this is a big continent. Just a lot of land on this map. Alright, anyways, before I get too distracted, let me throw up 50% off units so I can upgrade all of these musket men first and foremost. Nice, for replaceable parts. Yeah, 125 a pop. Okay. Oh, that was my whole budget. That was, I have 17 gold left, but I'm still bringing in 70 a turn from my awesome trade routes. However, again, when the era ends, money's going to be an issue. In Samarkand, I did start a bank, and I started a commercial hub down in Ravenna, which is near the silver. Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to, but then I was just waiting for the tiles to expand naturally. I was going to put it right there. But yeah, I got a lot more buildings on the way. What the armories? I forget actually the yield of armories. No money. I was thinking I forget if... Oh, encampments. Oh, citizen yields are +2 gold. Okay, but it doesn't give gold inherently. So I might have to start doing some city projects or realign some citizens for gold if things get dire. But yeah, we shall see. I'll probably take Candy in the process just for... Oh yeah, she's got some pretty big cities, but Taban, I need to go straight for Taban because that's a 12, and then take Candy to cement my loyalty. So what kind of walls does she have? Oh good, they're only ancient walls. Those will go down quick. So let me wrap up this turn, declare war next turn, when I can move my line infantry immediately after declaring war, and then do some damage to these walls, and I'll come back to you when I'm kind of making the transition from attacking Surabaya to Tuban. Alright there. The world has entered the industrial era. I didn't hit record. I was talking and narrating without recording. So let me just walk you through how the end of the Renaissance... I could go back and replay it, but frankly I just don't want to do all those clicks again. So I took Surabaya. Tuban put up more of a fight because she had a privateer and a trebuchet, and then it might have been medieval walls. But luckily, line infantry corps and 2 promoted bombards were little match for, my army was just so far superior that I still was able to take it down pretty quickly there. Oops, sorry. I'm starting to play the industrial era out of it. I actually got another golden age. I finished my first military academy, which was +3 bonus. I finished Mausoleum at Halicarnassus up in Antium. That was a point or two, I forget it. So then, being so close to the Golden Age, I formed a fleet, and it was the world's first, so I got points. And then for that last final point, I used some faith to buy a Great Admiral. So, I literally got exactly what I needed for a Golden Age. I finished Roar Valley this turn, so Ostia is now making 72.7 production a turn, which Rome is only making 80.2, so Ostia is almost as productive as Rome. So either an aerodrome or spaceport is going to go up in Ostia. I haven't decided yet because it has so many mines that it's limited on flat land. Yeah, I skirmished with these barbarians, but that city that Indonesia founded is... Oh, no, it's loyal. It was losing loyalty. Why does she have a golden age also? No, she has a normal age. Trying to remember anything other... Down in Canada, down in former Canada and Greece, things have been quiet. I'm just repairing and just building up a lot of encampments and stuff to keep those great general points up and get some production, doing some occasional science and culture type stuff. My scouts, I've pretty much, let me go to the map view, I uncovered almost all of the other continent with scouts just on auto explore, so I've recalled them so I can upgrade them and form even some scout... Oh, this guy needs to get out of there. Scout corps and stuff. Yeah, so things are looking good. I guess let me update my notes. Um, for the Renaissance exploration, crushed. I have pretty much the whole map figured out. Greece, and Greece is all but done. I could get some error points by finishing off that last city, but kind of, I think it'll just slow down my progress towards the other capitals more than actually give me any yields. Rome, I was able to build up some units for core, so that's awesome. Pretty soon here I'll have mobilization and can start working on armies. Yeah, science and university went up in Rome. I am getting there towards research labs. I should have those sometime in the industrial era. Yeah, empire, science, settling. Yeah, I've kind of done more encampments, but I did do some harbors and stuff. So staying on track, hit all my goals pretty much for the Renaissance, as much as I could hope. So good stuff. Next era will be the industrial era and another golden age. Stay tuned.